Baby Boy, 2001. Movie recap, cast then and now. In 2001, Baby Boy hit the big screen, bringing a raw and emotional story of love, struggle, and self-growth in South Central Los Angeles. Directed by John Singleton, this coming-of-age drama followed Jody Summers, a 20-year-old trying to navigate manhood, relationships, and fatherhood while still living with his mother. Featuring standout performances from Tyrese Gibson, Taraji P. Henson, Ving Rhames, and Snoop Dogg, Baby Boy became a cultural classic. But where are the stars now? From breakout roles to Hollywood fame, let's take a deep dive into the cast then and now. Stay tuned for surprising transformations and untold stories behind the scenes. Tyrese Gibson portrays Jody, a quintessential man-child in the 2001 coming-of-age film Baby Boy, which explores the challenges faced by young Black men in South Central Los Angeles. At 20 years old, Jody still lives with his mother and treats life as a game, riding his bike like a teenager while avoiding responsibilities and juggling relationships with the mothers of his children. Although he loves Yvette, he continues to lie, cheat, and make excuses for not fully committing to her. However, Jody's mother, Juanita, is fed up with coddling him. And when she begins dating Melvin, a reformed ex-con, Jody is compelled to confront the realities of adulthood. As he navigates dangerous situations, conflicts with Yvette, and Melvin's tough love, Jody comes to understand that he must mature before life forces him to. Tyrese Gibson was 23 when he made his film debut in this role, having already gained recognition in music and modeling. Baby Boy showcased his acting talent, and now, at 46, he has established a successful career in Hollywood, featuring in major franchises like Fast and Furious and Transformers. Yet, for many, he will always be remembered as Jody, the young man who learned that maturity involves more than just aging. Adrienne Joy Johnson. Adrienne Joy Johnson portrays Juanita, a devoted mother who has dedicated her life to caring for her son, Jody. However, she is also weary and ready for a change. Having always prioritized Jody, she now realizes that she is a woman with her own identity beyond motherhood. In the film Baby Boy, Juanita finds herself at a pivotal moment, caught between her love for her son and her desire to reclaim her own life. While Jody may see her simply as Mama, Juanita remains vibrant, beautiful, and full of her own aspirations. When she begins dating Melvin, it signifies more than just seeking companionship. It's a declaration of her need for balance. She is tired of being the sole adult in their home and watching her grown son avoid taking responsibility. Despite her love for Jody, she refuses to let his immaturity dictate her happiness. A poignant scene in the film occurs when she tells Jody, "I love you, but I need to live my life." A moment that resonates with many mothers of adult children who must encourage their kids to become independent. Juanita is not abandoning Jody. She is simply no longer enabling him. She has finished raising a man who is reluctant to mature. At 38, Adrienne Joy Johnson infused the character with depth and grace. Prior to Baby Boy, she gained recognition in films like House Party, 1990, and Sister Act, 1992. Now at 62, she has evolved into a wellness coach, fitness trainer, and a source of inspiration for women seeking to take charge of their lives. Yet, for many, she will always be remembered as Juanita, the fiercely loving mother who understood when it was time to let go. Ving Rhames portrays Melvin, a figure Jody never wanted in his mother's life, but ultimately needed to learn from. Melvin, a reformed ex-con who has gained wisdom from his past, is not interested in playing games. He has experienced the consequences of the mistakes Jody is making and understands the dangers of remaining in that cycle. However, Jody views Melvin as an adversary from the start. In the 2001 film Baby Boy, Melvin is attempting to change his life for the better. He is focused on loving Juanita, running his landscaping business, and making the most of his second chance. Meanwhile, Jody is trapped in his immaturity, resisting adulthood and feeling threatened by any strong man who enters the picture. Melvin does not put up with disrespect, and when tensions rise, he confronts Jody, physically pinning him down in a memorable scene, challenging him to act like a man if he wants to be treated as one. Yet, Melvin is not merely a domineering ex-con. He genuinely cares for Juanita, treating her with a level of respect and affection that Jody has never witnessed. Deep down, despite his reluctance to acknowledge it, Jody is learning what it truly means to be a man through Melvin's actions rather than just words. At 42, Rhames brought the same intensity to this role that made him memorable in Pulp Fiction and the Mission Impossible series. Now at 65, he remains a formidable actor, recognized for his deep voice and commanding presence. For many, he will always be remembered as Melvin, the man who entered Jody's life and compelled him to mature, whether he wanted to or not. Taraji P. Henson portrayed Yvette, a devoted girlfriend who yearned for more, but often received less. She genuinely loved Jody, but she grew weary of his immaturity, infidelity, and the feeling of raising him like a second child instead of being in a true partnership. Yvette had her own job and responsibilities, and she needed Jody to step up and fulfill the role he claimed to embody. More than just a love interest, she served as the emotional heart of the 2001 film Baby Boy, illustrating the challenges faced by a young Black woman trying to juggle love, motherhood, and self-respect. Yvette displayed vulnerability, strength, and moments of breaking point, like the memorable phone scene where she confronts Jody and hangs up in frustration. Additionally, there was tension with her ex Rodney, who had just been released from prison and believed he still had a claim on her. At 30, Taraji brought Yvette to life with authenticity and depth, making her a relatable character for many women. While Baby Boy marked her breakout role, she continued to shine in Hollywood with remarkable performances in Hustle and Flow, 2005, The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, 2008, and her iconic role as Cookie Lion in Empire. Now at 53, Taraji is a well-known name, an Oscar-nominated actress, and a powerful presence in the industry. However, for many, she will always be Yvette, the woman who loved fiercely, fought even harder, and refused to accept anything less than she deserved. Omar Gooding portrayed Sweet Pea, Jody's fiery and loyal best friend. He was the type of person who would always support you, but often made situations worse with his loud and impulsive nature, ready to fight before thinking. Sweet Pea had a tough exterior shaped by street life, yet he aspired to improve himself, often discussing his desire to find God and leave behind his criminal past. However, the streets continually drew him back. Despite his rough demeanor, he was fiercely loyal to Jody, treating him like family. He would challenge Jody when necessary, but would also stand by him through thick and thin. The scene where he accompanies Jody to confront Rodney perfectly encapsulated Sweet Pea's reckless yet genuine character. Beneath his tough facade, he was searching for something greater than his current life. Omar Gooding was just 25 when he brought Sweet Pea to life, a role that still defines him today. Acting runs in his family. He is the younger brother of Oscar winner Cuba Gooding Jr., and had already gained recognition from shows like Hanging with Mr. Cooper. He later showcased his versatility in Playmakers, 2003, and Barbershop, 2005. Now at 48, Omar continues to work in the entertainment industry, balancing his acting career with music. For those who grew up watching Baby Boy, he will always be remembered as Sweet Pea, the unpredictable friend who brought laughter, exasperation, and a desire for him to find his path. Rodney, portrayed by Snoop Dogg, epitomized trouble. Recently released from prison and with nothing to lose, he re-entered Yvette's life like a whirlwind, bringing chaos, danger, and blatant disrespect. He wasn't just a troublesome ex, he was a living nightmare. The type of guy who intruded into someone else's home, terrorizing Jody while trying to win Yvette back. He made life unbearable for everyone around him. Rodney was also quite obvious about his intentions. He had no job, no goals, and no strategy, other than to remind Yvette of her supposed obligations to him. He disrespected and bullied her, acting as if he had a right to control her life. When it came to Jody, he treated him with contempt, issuing threats, stealing his bike, and even attempting to eliminate him when tensions escalated. However, the streets have a way of catching up with people. And in the end, Rodney discovered the hard truth that he wasn't as invincible as he believed. At 29, Snoop Dogg embodied the role of Rodney perfectly, despite acting not being his primary focus. His tall, relaxed demeanor, combined with a chilling menace, made Rodney one of the most unforgettable villains in Baby Boy. While Snoop is primarily recognized for his iconic rap career, he has also enjoyed a consistent presence in Hollywood, appearing in films like Training Day, 2001, Starsky and Hutch, 2004, and even family-friendly projects like Soul Plane, 2004. Now at 53, Snoop has created a vast empire that extends beyond music, including acting, business ventures, and even cooking with Martha Stewart. However, for fans of Baby Boy, he will always be remembered as Rodney, the ex you never want to see at your doorstep. Angel Conwell portrayed Kim, Yvette's devoted best friend, who was always ready to listen but preferred to stay out of the drama. She wasn't one to create conflict, but she was fiercely loyal to Yvette. Rather than delivering harsh truths, Kim served as a supportive presence. She lived with Sweet Pea, and their relationship was anything but smooth, often leading to humorous exchanges that added depth to the film. While Sweet Pea was navigating his own challenges, Kim made his life a bit more complicated. At just 18, Angel Conwell brought charm and authenticity to the role. During the filming, she and Omar Gooding, who played Sweet Pea, developed a real-life romance that lasted from 2001 to 2006. Prior to her role in Baby Boy, Angel was already making strides in Hollywood, securing parts in The Wash and Soul Plane. Now at 43, she has maintained a consistent career, appearing in The Young and the Restless and Family Time. However, many will always remember her as Kim, the girlfriend who kept Sweet Pea on his toes, and as a recognizable figure in one of the most iconic films of the early 2000s. Tamara Bass portrayed Peanuts, Jody's other baby mama, who had already adapted to life without him. Unlike Yvette, she wasn't caught in a whirlwind of emotions, but she still cared for him, just in a different way. Her love was not one filled with hope for his change. Instead, it was a quiet, distant affection that had turned into a sense of disappointment. With their daughter to raise, she prioritized providing a stable home by living with her mother. Unlike Yvette, Peanut had moved past waiting for Jody to improve. She recognized his charm, but also his unreliability and immaturity. Having experienced the cycle of unfulfilled promises, she refused to entertain them any longer. Yet, there remained a flicker of feeling for him, enough to stir emotions when he was around, but not enough to reconcile. At 23, Tamara Bass brought a relatable authenticity to the character of Peanut. Prior to her role in Baby Boy, she had appeared in Bellyfruit, but this part allowed her to portray a young mother striving to move forward. Now at 46, she has made a name for herself behind the camera, writing, directing, and producing films that convey significant narratives. While she may not be as visible as some of her co-stars, she continues to create, much like Peanut, forging her own path. Tawny Doll portrayed Pandora, a character who was fully aware of her impact in the film. Although her time in Baby Boy was brief, she made a lasting impression. Working alongside Yvette, she played the role of a seductive distraction, giving Jody just enough attention to keep him intrigued, despite knowing he had a girlfriend at home. Her allure was undeniable. Her confidence and flirtatious demeanor turned heads. However, Jody managed to resist her advances. While he may have shown immaturity and infidelity in other aspects, he didn't fall for Pandora's charms. She represented Jody's internal conflict with temptation and commitment. Each time Yvette fought for their relationship, Pandora served as a reminder of Jody's inability to be taken seriously. The inevitable confrontation between Yvette and Pandora was bound to happen, as Yvette wouldn't tolerate any workplace flirtation, and Pandora wasn't one to back down. At 18, Tawny Doll took on the role of Pandora, which became her most notable performance, although she also appeared in a few other projects, such as Barbershop in 2005. Unlike many of her peers, she chose to step away from Hollywood and the limelight. Now at 43, she remains somewhat of an enigma, with fans still curious about her whereabouts. Nevertheless, when viewers revisit Baby Boy, they remember Pandora as the girl who knew how to create drama, even if Jody didn't take the bait. Tracy Sherrill Jones portrayed Sharika, Yvette's straightforward friend who was all about honesty in relationships. She emphasized the importance of not settling for anything less than full commitment from Jody. With her confident demeanor, she was always ready to offer advice. However, her own romantic life was far from stable. Sharika found herself in a toxic relationship with Chris, a loud and disrespectful boyfriend who mistreated her. Despite her wise counsel to Yvette, she struggled to follow her own advice. Chris had a strong grip on her, and even when things worsened, she remained in the relationship, illustrating that even the strongest individuals can become ensnared in unhealthy dynamics. At 31, Tracy Sherrill Jones brought attitude and authenticity to the role of Sharika. However, Baby Boy was not her first notable performance. She had already established herself in iconic Black films such as Don't Be a Menace to South Central, While Drinking Your Juice in the Hood, 1996, and The Players Club, 1998. Now at 55, she continues to be a cherished figure in Black cinema, remembered for her roles that showcase beauty, humor, and an undeniable energy. Olin Thompson portrayed Chris, a boyfriend who often left you feeling exasperated. He spent his days fixated on video games, behaving as if he was in charge of the household while contributing nothing. With a loud personality, a lack of ambition, and a toxic hold on Sharika, he disregarded her feelings and her need for respect. Despite being a strong woman with valuable advice for Yvette, Sharika found herself trapped in a familiar cycle that many women experience. Although Olin Thompson did not pursue acting after Baby Boy, he remains involved in the entertainment industry as a rapper. He may have distanced himself from film, but he continues to participate in events celebrating Black history and the films that have influenced culture. While his Hollywood career may not have been extensive, his portrayal of Chris left a lasting impression. And that's a wrap on Baby Boy. From its powerful storytelling to unforgettable performances, Baby Boy remains a classic that still resonates today. We've seen where the cast started and how far they've come, some rising to superstardom, while others took different paths. What are your thoughts on the movie? Did it shape your perspective on life, love, or responsibility? Drop a comment and let's discuss. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into classic films, throwback moments, and inspiring stories. Until next time, stay motivated, stay inspired, and keep rewinding the past to understand the present. This is Famous Smithy, your one and only. Signing off, Sparkles.